Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Finance 100 here, and welcome to part 2 of my introduction to War of Universes. Today, we're actually going to do the example battle I decided to do was get Iron Man against Captain America. Now, that's actually going to be pretty simple. So, I'm going to start out with both these characters, do a little bit of a mock battle. I'm going to have both of them have 3% health. Let's go ahead and fix this up real quick. Okay, so I would say I'm going to play as Captain America, and my opponent, which is still me, is going to be Iron Man. So this is not going to be a turn-taking game. It's actually going to be take turns at the same time. So you both roll, and the highest number inflicts the amount of damage difference. So we have Captain America and Iron Man going against each other. They're both six-sided. So let's say we both roll a die each, which is obviously a six-sided die. Let's say Captain America has rolled a 5 and Iron Man has rolled a 2. Now for this mock battle, that would mean Iron Man is done. Now you can definitely tell because of that would mean that Iron Man is done. But, of course, for this battle, we have no idea who's going to be done whenever an actual battle will ensue. Now, there are actually another edition of playing this game. It's called the Pro game, which, of course, if you just want to make it quick and easy, just play a normal game. But with a Pro game, it's a little more difficult. But the regenerative anything for like the shields, the regenerative health, it's all the same. You heal 1 damage for every 4th turn of not being hit or struck or anything like that. Okay, so let's actually talk about whenever you roll a tie. So if you both roll a tie, then you look at the numbers. Now, as you can tell, both these characters are actually six-sided die. Now, if you roll a 1, 2, 3 for a six-sided die, you both heal that number in health, only health. But if you roll a 4, 5, 6, you both deal damage to each other for that much. Now, it's actually quite different whenever you play it Pro, because if you play Pro, 1 to 3 will actually heal you just 1 point. But if you go 4, 5, 6, then you're pretty much going to deal damage to each other, but only by 1 point. So I'm going to talk a little bit later. So if we go ahead and take a look at our game mat right here, it actually looks like the letter I in full. But you can actually make whatever game mat you want. But anyways, I have it set accordingly like this. This is the active area. This is a standby area, which is directly behind. And over here is the discarded pile, which any defeated characters or vehicles or anything go right here after being defeated, unless being brought back by some magical resurrecting assist, which of course let's look right here. Alright, so as you can see right here, we have Thor and Ant-Man. I know I'm not really good at writing whenever it comes to this, but anyways, they're in the assist pile for the red side. The active side has Captain America, which I do know that Thor and Ant-Man are actually plausible for being in the active zone. But here is actually another thing. Even though, let's say Captain America gets defeated instead of Iron Man be defeated, we roll the assist for either one of these characters. So, which means Captain America is gone, and we'll have to be going over here. So let's go ahead and fix that. Okay. So, which means I'm gonna have to roll one of these assists for Captain America, and it can be either one of these characters to go right here to take his place. But if Iron Man were to lose, then he would have to call upon either one of these, if so, Hulk or Wasp. And then Iron Man will actually be going over here. Now, of course, whenever it comes down to the professional gaming, and you call upon, let's say, more than one character, this is actually very important. Now, in a pro game, let's talk about the pro game quick. Whenever you're calling upon more than one character, you have to pick one of those 2 or more characters to be in the active zone, whereas the rest can be in the standby zone. Now, of course, whenever it comes to being in the standby zone, I know I said, but I didn't really mean it 100%, but let's just go ahead and overlook that rule real quick. Now, I did say during the game you only have 3 in your standby phase. Not standby phase, gosh, I'm talking Yu-Gi-Oh, sorry. In your standby pile, you actually start with 3 characters. So let's say we have Captain America, Thor, and Ant-Man in here. Before the game starts, on a normal game, you look at any one of those characters and put them in your active zone. But if it's a pro game, you do not look at your characters. You just draw from the top and put them in the active zone, unawares of which character it is. Now, for a normal game, in either it's normal gameplay or pro, you can have a total of at least 10 character cards. You can have 3 right here to start off, and 7 right here to start off. Now, for a normal setup, you would choose 3 out of your 10 and put them right here, whereas the other 7 can wait right here in the assist pile. Now, you go ahead and take a look into your standby pile, pick one of those characters, put them right there, then you wait it out, and whenever that character is done, you roll for an assist. But if an assist is not called, then you can pick up one of your standby characters, and hopefully whenever that character is defeated, you can roll an assist and finally pull someone out. Now, if it's capable of actually bringing someone back from the discard pile, you can actually put that character back into either your standby pile or just put it into the active zone, either being like a zombie or just plain resurrected, like as if it never happened. Now, same goes for the other side. Let's say this character's defeated, go into discard, roll for assist, call out a character, put it right here, or you can just put it right there, bring it up right here. Now, it's actually the same. It's completely the same. But if it is a pro game, then this is really, really, really important that you pay attention to this. So, your character is defeated. Roll for the assist. It doesn't happen. So you choose one of your characters to go up here. And then, whenever that character is defeated, you roll for an assist. That happens. So you put your character into the discard pile, and then you put that character into either your active or your standby. So it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so I know it kind of seems a little weird, but let's continue talking about this battle. It's a mock battle, it's not an actual battle. So for this side and this side, you can definitely tell it's empty space. Now, it's actually for good reason, because this is actually, here, let's scoot out. Alright, so this is how my playmat looks. You can go ahead and design your own playmat any way you want, or you can just go ahead and use it the way I do. It doesn't need to be exact or anything like that. You can just make it your own way and call it whatever you want, but as long as you pay attention to how you play the game. So in a normal game, you would actually have these side spaces on both sides empty, completely empty. But whenever you do, this side and this side are actually going to be very important whenever you play a pro game. So let's actually talk about that right now. So we're actually talking about assists. I know I wanted to go ahead and get this all done in one quick video. My limit is actually 10 minutes. I don't know if I'm past it up or not. So anyways, whenever it comes down to a normal game and you call an assist, what you do is you can go ahead and call for the assist, and it calls for, let's say, 2 characters at the same time. You can put down those 2 characters at the same time. But if it calls for more than 2 characters, say like, for example, Captain America, he's defeated, call for the assist, calls for the Avengers. If it has more than 4 characters, you can put all 4 characters right here in the active zone. It probably won't fit at all, but here's hoping. Because if any one of those characters were still to be defeated, then you can still roll for the assist if you have any characters remaining. But still, if any of those characters are defeated, they go into the discard pile. And then it'll just be 3. But if you call upon 2 characters and it's still a normal game, then you pull those 2 characters up and you set them side by side right up here. But whenever it comes down to a pro game, that's whenever these empty spaces are very important. One side you can have for a 2-sided die, one side you have for a 4-sided die. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Alright, so your limit to having any type of character that goes in the active pile is 2 and 4 of any special casings from coming from the assist pile. Now, of course, whenever you want to put down any standby characters whenever a character is defeated, now this can go both ways, from pro and normal. You can put down any character that has an empty slot in either the 2-man team or the 4-man team active zone. Then you can pretty much do this. You can pull one standby character and put it there, but if you do not wish to, then the active zone just becomes 1 character. Now, of course, let's go ahead and talk about the pro, because before you start a pro game, here's what you have to do. You roll either a 2x2, or not 2x2, sorry, I'm thinking Rubik's Cubes, I'm sorry. You can have a 2-sided or a 4-sided die, roll one of them, and whichever one you roll, you pretty much put down the number in which you've rolled. Say, for example, okay, I've rolled a 1 for my 4-sided die. Then the battle commences. After one of these characters has been defeated, which of course is completely different, because even though the battle says for normal, it's damage differences. Just to put with points, say 5v2, like I said, 3 would go this way. But if it's a pro game and it's 5-2, 1 point goes this way. So it's actually going to take a longer time whenever it's a pro game. So anyways, let's say my opponent got defeated, so I get to roll again and either choose this one or this one, the 2-sided die or the 4-sided die. So let's say I roll a 2-sided die and I decide to get 2. Now that's actually very important. That means I'm 1 number away from being able to bring out a 2-character active card. Now you can pretty much do this if you want. You can just keep it on the side and keep characters right here to act as a 2-character card, or you can just put it right here in the active pile. But whenever that active pile is done, that's it. So anyways, you can do this, the 2-character thing, pretty much anytime. But if you do a 4-character, that can do it anytime. But here is the thing. Whenever all characters are defeated, that's whenever you have to redo this whole thing as if it never happened. Okay. But of course, if you've already finished, like say, the 4-sided side, but you haven't really finished filling up the 2-sided side, then you can continue going for the 2-sided die, but you can continue filling up after 4 of your characters have been defeated, if you want to go like that. But you can actually do the other way around, whereas say your 2-character card has been defeated, that means you have to wait for 2 defeats on either side, which of course still works the other way for the 4-sided die. So it's actually pretty complex. So I'm going to show you guys an example battle sometime in the future, hopefully part 3. So anyways, let's actually talk about what would happen if we have non-even confrontation we've been messing with Iron Man and Captain America for too long. So, I'm gonna go ahead and switch Iron Man with someone else, and I'll talk to you guys later.